Good morning, everyone. Sorry for not posting last night that I'd be doing a video this morning. I actually wasn't sure myself until this morning. We've got a lot going on with school and with staff meetings and attempting to get ready for back to school on June 1st. So yeah, I really actually wasn't sure myself that I'd be on this morning, but I'm so glad that I was able to get some time. I am actually going to be playing with a whole bunch of retiring product today. I've got the, I'll show you in a second, but on my paper, but I've got the honeybee stamps and dies that I'm going to be working with today, as well as the retiring tropical paper from our mini. So yeah, the card that I'm going to create today is using those things, and I'm actually basing it off of a sketch again. I'm really enjoying doing sketch challenges. Good morning, Janice. And so yeah, this morning's card is off of a sketch as well. So let's just see here. I'm just going to transfer over to my screen where you can see what I am doing. All right, so there you have the honeybee stamp set and the dies. These are both in our mini catalog, and so sweet. There was a lot of hubbub about them when we were during celebration, because there was that awesome designer series paper that went with them. Now that that paper is kind of gone, I've noticed people haven't been playing with these sweeties as much. So I thought I'd pull them out and show you that they are still super fun to work with. So we're going to start by actually taking our large bee. Oh, and I wanted to show you this. I think I showed you guys this before. Sometimes when there's something that has a die with it, I had my kids cut out a whole bunch of these out of gold foil paper. This is the honeycomb. And I just keep them here with my stamp set because a die like that is a little bit finicky. I don't necessarily want to be cutting it out every time I want to use it. So I just kind of keep them there in a clear envelope on the front side of my case, as well as any extra bees. So like if I'm trying to decide today if I want a few extra bees on my card, I have a few here that I can just grab and not have to make them. All right, so I'm going to put that away for right now. Though I've grabbed our large honeybee here and pop him onto a block. I'm going to grab a piece of scrap white. I've been cleaning up my stamp room, and so I actually have a clear space to work in. It's really nice. But I also have like all my scraps organized now, so everything's really easy to grab and find. I'm really excited. I'm almost done. It's something that I tend to do every year right before new product arrives, kind of out with the old, in with the new. So I'm going to put this on here so I have enough space to stamp two, because I'm not sure actually how many of this big bee I want yet. I kind of have the sketch in my head, but I don't have the actual card designed this morning, so we'll see how this goes. So I've stamped my bumblebee twice in Memento Black, and now I do like to color in my bees. I do like them to have a bit of something going on, and so I've got my light Daffodil Delight, and sorry, I had this one over in another box, and my Ivory. Good morning, Val. Good morning, Danielle. So the reason for the ivory is because you'll see when I color this in with the yellow, even though this is the light daffodil, it is quite a strong color with the white. So I just like to kind of tone it down a bit by adding some ivory over the top of it. So I'm going to come in here, and it just kind of adds like a brownish tone to it. You know, bees around here are so fascinating. We've been watching them in our garden, and you could even come in here and do like a nice turquoise or a blue of some kind, and it would actually look really beautiful. So today, actually, for these wings, because the DSP that I've chosen, I actually am going to give my wings a little bit of color. I'm going to grab my light pool party. Now, light pool party. This is an interesting one that I should let you guys know about. Blends are sticking around, but they are changing how they sell them. They're going to be selling them in combo packs. You'll get the light and the dark together. It'll be the only way to buy them. Which is great. It's, you know, I always, if I buy one color, I buy the light and the dark of it. However, with a color like light pool party, I go through a ton of them, way more than I go through the dark pool party. So one thing that I've done right now is with every order I've been placing, I've been adding on 1 or 2 light pool parties so that I'll have a good little stash of them, so I won't have to always buy the combo pack every time I need a new light pool party. So just some food for thought as we come into the last few weeks of this catalog and the ability to buy the blends separately, that's something you may want to consider, is just tacking a few of these onto your order. This one and the light crumb cake is the other one that I have grabbed a whole bunch of, because yeah, I don't want to have to buy the combo every time. So just a little tip there for the week. I'm not sure I'm actually going to get my tips posted, so hopefully you're listening. This week is just a lot more demand on me than normal. So now I'm going to come through here. I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine, and I'm going to cut out both of these little beads. All right, so let's grab some cutting plates. And here we go. Uh-oh, I just lost my handle. So I just lost the handle off of my die cutting machine. It's all good. I'll be able to find it and put it back on. But my machine is very, very old. And I am super excited to say that sometime soon, we don't really know exactly when, but sometime in the very near future, you will be able to get a new die cut and embossing machine from Stampin' Up. We will be offering that as a product. It's actually in the new catalog if you're lucky enough to have your hands on a new catalog yet. And it won't be available for the launch on June 3rd, but it will be available soon after. So I'm quite excited because this machine has done me well, but it is on its last legs. I know I can get replacement parts and stuff for it. I've already done that. I will continue to. I'll keep it around as a nice backup and as an extra machine once we can do in-person classes again. But for now, I am anxiously awaiting the new machine so that I have one that I know for sure I can rely on. All right, so I'm going to run this through the other way to cut out the second bee. And oh, it feels good to be stamping. It's been one of those weeks where I've really wanted to, but there's just been so many other demands on my time. And I apologize for not even getting things posted this week. I really made an effort this weekend to step back from everything and give myself just a really good break, knowing that coming into these last few weeks of school and a new catalog launch and everything, I was really going to need a lot of energy. And so yeah, I gave myself a little break. So I apologize for not having everything up and running for you guys this week in terms of posts, but much needed downtime. All right, so I'm actually going to play around with something right now. I always find it strange that I transition over, and I don't know if I can actually do this picture in picture. Doesn't look like it. Maybe I can. Let's see. Sorry guys, you guys are going to be my little guinea pigs right now. My preset, add new layer, no. All right, I'm operating on a free version of Minicam, and so I do know that doing picture in picture is an option, but I guess not when you're paying, not when you're not paying for it. All right. Yes, Janice, breaks are definitely necessary. And I feel like just this year we haven't been getting them. So I just took the long weekend with the good weather and the new pool to just chill. It was quite nice. And then I got a little bit of an energy burst last night and started to clean my office, which feels really good as well. So yeah, lots of self-care this weekend. And now back to what I love doing, but yeah. All right, so we've got our little bees. Now the card base that I'm going to use is a crumb cake card base. And then I've got a layer on there of Pretty Peacock. So this is one of our 2019 to 2021 in color. So these are sticking around for another year. They'll retire at the end of next year. And then I've got a piece here that's just 1/8 of an inch smaller, just to create that really tiny border. And this is the tropical, oh, I always forget what it's called. Let's see, it's the Tropical Oasis Designer Series paper. So it's like the really bright flowers and the cars and some nice leaves, some fruit, like really, really fun, bright Hawaiian patterns. And then the back sides are all kind of some softer patterns. So that is what I have today for my base. So it's a very busy background, but those bees kind of stand out on it. And to help them stand out a bit more, we're going to add in a significant layer of the lighter pattern. So what I'm going to do here is, with this really fun background, I'm going to move that to the side, and I'm actually going to use the layering circles to create a scallop circle that's going to take up a significant portion of my card. So I'm just going to check out sizing here to see how much of this I want to cover. So I don't know if I want to go that big. I think that big is going to be good to cover up the majority, but not all of my card. And then I need to find the ring that matches the inside of that. Now, often I actually do pair this up with the stitched circles because I like the stitching, but because I'm using a patterned paper for this one, yeah, that's the right one. Okay, because I'm going to use a patterned paper, I didn't feel the need to do the stitching. So we're just going to use the 2 circles from the layering circles. Hi, Jacqueline. So I'm going to bring back in my Big Shot, and I can actually cut both of these at once on here because there's no precision happening. I'm going to turn that way, pop a circle on, put this one this way, put a circle on, and away we go. Oh, let's make sure it's on the paper. All right, here we go. So these layering circles, as well as the layering squares and rectangles and all of that, they are on the retiring list. Do not panic, though. They are not actually retiring. We're just getting them renumbered, and so they're selling off the old stock because we're going to have a different supplier for these. So no big panic there to run out and grab these, despite the fact that they are retiring right now. Well, supposedly retired. Okay. So there we have our circles cut out. So now we can kind of start to lay out our card and see where things need to get glued. All right. So, that way. There we go. This circle is going to layer onto there. We're going to pop at least 1 bee on here, but I'm thinking I'm going to go for more. This is where having that little bee pre-cut might come in handy, because I think maybe I'm going to grab that little one that I already had in here and use the little one. Come on out. There we go. We'll just have to add a little bit of color to his wings because I didn't do that. Yeah, I think like that. And then I've got a scrap of DSP here, and I'm going to stamp a sentiment on there. But now I'm looking at that white, and it seems really really stark, so I think I might actually go grab a scrap of So Saffron. Let's see here. So Saffron. All right, so I keep all my paper in a filing cabinet, and one of the things that I did this weekend while I was getting organized was I grabbed these little plastic sleeves and started to separate all my colors so that I'd have like little bags of scraps, so that when I wanted something like a colorful label like today, I could pop in here. I think that's going to be a little too wide. Well, actually, let's see. Let's grab our sentiment. Now, you know what? I actually need, let's do celebrate every moment. I need kind of a celebration style card. So we'll grab that one. Uh-oh. So this is one, there we go, that I didn't put a piece of washi tape on, so they get a little bit tricky to pull up. Okay, we'll pop that onto a block. And yeah, that's a little bit wide. So we'll either trim that down, or I'll see if I've got a little scrap in here that is slightly smaller. Let's see if that will fit. That will be pretty tight. So I'm going to take this one and just trim it down a bit. So I'm just going to use my paper cutter. I'm going to cut this down to 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so 3/4 of an inch for that one, and then the length we'll just play with later on. Oh, thank you so much, Jacqueline. Yeah, I was thinking about Very Vanilla, Danielle. But I think because I've got the bees on the white, that the white and the Very Vanilla together would look kind of funny. So I'm going to stick with our So Saffron here. And for the ink, I'm actually going to use the Pretty Peacock ink instead of a black ink. So we'll get that. Now, I've said this before, I'll say it again. I find stamping sentiments, getting them straight, much easier if I do it vertically. So there we go. Done. And I really like that So Saffron with the Pretty Peacock. Really nice color combo. All right. Oh, this paper with the ladybugs would be lovely as well, Ruth. That would be great. Oh, Jacqueline, go ahead and case it. I'm actually just using, oh, what are they called? I just talked about them earlier. A card sketch. So the idea was to have a scallop circle with some kind of focal point down on the bottom left of the circle and a sentiment across. And so that's all it is. All right. So here we go. I'm going to pop in here and just trim up this end. You could just do this with a pair of scissors. You don't need to use the tailored tag punch to do that. It's just my preferred way of creating this. And then I'll pop this in here and we'll see how much of this we need to trim off. So looks like right about there is where I'm going to trim. All right, so I'm just going to grab some scissors and cut that piece off. And pop that back in. You never know when that'll come in handy. All right. So yeah, organization is really, really nice. It's been a while since I've had some time to really get in and organize things, and so it's been really, really nice. So now I'm just going to put 2 glue dots here at the end of this piece of DSP and peel those off, and that way when I lay this down, I will be able to get it exactly positioned how I want it. So when this is on here, I want that coming out that far, and then I want my bee right there. Awesome. All right, so now before I start gluing this all together, I am actually going to do one more addition. I am going to add some twine to this, actually some ribbon, no twine. So I'm going to grab my jar of linen thread. And so I am kind of going with a softer look, having this particular linen thread here. So had thought about using the braided trim, but I think it'll actually just be a little bit too thick and too strong for what we're doing here today. All right, so we'll start gluing layers together. There we go. I really do love this paper. I actually bought a few extra packs because the stamp set and dies that go with this paper are carrying over. And although this won't be available to customers, I do quite enjoy working with the DSPs that went originally with the cards. So I'm going to put this just below where our bee is going to sit. And I'm going to wrap it a few times before I cut it off and tie it into a bow. Now, the nice thing about this is I can tie it where I want it, but if I end up having to move it, I can just kind of like scooch it sideways. So I don't have to be too exact with where this is being positioned. All right, so I always tie a knot when I'm working with the linen thread, and then I tie my bow. Sometimes you can't do that because it creates too much of a bump, but with the linen thread, it's thin enough that tying that knot just gives you something secure to work with and doesn't kind of bulk it up, so it's all good. All right, there we go. Kind of tell it what to do, put it where you want it. And when all else fails, if you have to, grab a mini glue dot and put it behind the knot, and that will hold everything in place. I don't want to do that yet, though, because I'm not sure about the positioning of that. All right. No, the linen thread isn't retiring, thank goodness. Linen thread will be around. So I've got mine just here in a jar. Got these lids at, used to be Planet Organic at PUM. And yeah, just kind of a nice way to keep your thread so that it's easy to handle. Yeah, I was actually very surprised at how many of our ribbons are sticking around. I was not a bad surprise. Really, really happy about a lot of the ribbons that were staying, and then the new ribbons are to die for. Just beautiful. So very excited about that. Yeah, just so you guys know, this will probably be the last week that I focus on retiring product. Starting next week, I will be playing with new stuff. I couldn't before now because just last night, like late 8:30, my order finally arrived, my pre-order, because I did not pay to have it expedited. And so it just arrived. So today, I haven't even opened the box actually. Today I will be getting in there, opening that up. I've got some prizes for my next team meeting, which is happening on June 11th, I believe. So I've got some prizes in there for that. And yeah, pretty excited. And yeah, we'll see what's in there and play around. Okay, here we go. So I've just glued this DSP onto here, and then I am going to kind of tuck this so that it's under, but I'm going to use dimensionals on this piece. So I usually use 3 when I'm popping up a circle. I don't know, it just seems the right number. All right, peel those off. Okay. Oh, I hope yours shows up today as well, Janice. Because yeah, you ordered just after me, so you should have yours pretty quick here as well. All right, so pop that on, and then these are going to go on with a dimensional as well. So I'll put one on my bee and one on the end of my banner, and that should be enough. Hopefully I didn't go too, actually, you know what, I'm going to move that back in on my banner just so that it definitely sits on top of my circle. I don't want it falling off. All right, I'll come in here. I'm going to get this guy over the ribbon. There we go, like that. Okay, and that bow's sitting nicely. All right, then I think I am going to put one more bee on here, but actually maybe pop them down below. I think I'll pop them down below and put a little bit of something blingy up top. Oh, Danielle, you know, I really wanted to, but we had so much happening in the house with kids, and we got like Kaylee's in this gourmand program, so she got her box of goodies and was cooking dinner, and well, she had finished cooking dinner by that point, but then it was like all the cleanup and everything, and I don't know, there was just a lot going on, and by the time I was done it all, I was just tired. So yeah, as exciting as it is, I knew it would still be sitting there for me, so I let it go. All right, so the last thing for this is that little bit of bling I talked about. I think I'm gonna go grab, let's see, where are they? I'm a little bit torn between using our sequins that are retiring or popping in and grabbing. Well, that solves that. I was going to grab some gold enamel glitter dots because they're not retiring, but I cannot find them. So that means that we're going to use the retiring sequins that are sitting right beside me and easy to access. So let's see, in terms of color, thinking we're actually going to use, oh, where did they go? I just had them out to make a card last night. I had the nice yellow ones out from the gingham. Oh, there they are. I was creating something last night. Oh, maybe not the yellow, actually. Okay, we're going to go back to my favorite, my all-time favorite, green from the basic adhesive sequins. So not the gingham, but the basic ones. Yeah, the green it is. And that's what we're going to pop on here. There we go. Put a few there. Another one down there. No, I don't like that. Maybe all the way over there. And then I'm going to put a few down here, just off of my card. Okay. I don't like that one there. Not at all. All right. So actually, I think we're going to stick with 3 again and just do them like that. There we go. So there is our basic adhesive sequins there to finish off that card. And that is, oh, the champagne ones would have been lovely as well. I just don't have any, and they're on back order. So, oh well, use what you've got, right? So this bee that I created, I'm just going to store him here in the pouch for my extras. So I'll have him for another creation day. And that is the final card. So I hope you guys liked that. Thank you for joining me this morning. And yeah, almost all of this product, except for this linen ribbon, is retiring. So this DSP, the bees, the dies, it's all going. So if there's any of that you're interested in, you should definitely pop on to my store, leahdixon.stampinup.net, and grab those things. I do have a host code that I can pop into the comments. And yeah, you guys have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon with another video. Bye.